On this episode of Road to Finke, we're going to have a look at the difference between the ZR2 that Craig drives every day and the one he's going to drive in June. Let's start under the bonnet with the engine. So the racetrack uses the exact same 6.2 litre V8 as the road car. We could have tickled the engine and made a lot more power, but realistically, you do that, it puts more load on transmissions, on diffs, transfer cases, which are also completely standard. So we have not modified any of the drivetrain at all. ZR2 is no slouch in standard form. It makes 313 kilowatts and 624 Newton meters of torque. So more than enough for a race like Finke, where most of the action is in the suspension area. The only exception is with the rear diff lock. The ZR2 comes standard with both front and rear electronic locking diffs. We've hot-wired the rear diff lock on this one so it can run all the time. So we can effectively have both wheels transmitting the power to the ground whenever we want them. Talking about suspension, the rules in our class are very specific in that you cannot change control arms from the original. So that really limits us to the standard travel that a ZR2 has, which is more than enough for a road car and any four-wheel driving that you want to do. But when racing Finke, it becomes quite a challenge. So we've really had to beef up the shocks. Brakes, also pretty standard. Our rules say that you must keep the original brake size. We've gone with Bendix slotted rotors and brake pads to give the brakes a bit more performance. But realistically, the brakes on the truck to start with are already pretty good, so we're just taking it to that next level. The mandatory recovery gear is provided by XTM, although I'm really hopeful we don't need to use it. Under the mudguards is painted with Raptor paint, which is extremely durable and can withstand being pelted by rocks for hours on end. All our support cars also use hardcore driving lights, and the overnight camp at Finke will be lit up like daylight with the hardcore camp lights and head torches. The truck has been bolted together with Tool Pro tools from Supercheap Auto, and we're also really pleased to be supported by Penrite and MaxTrack. Around the inside of the car, it's all about safety. Obviously, the big roll cage, heavy truck needs a big, strong roll cage, so we've taken care of that to keep the guys safe. Likewise, the seats, the Racetech seats here from Racer Industries, full containment seats to keep the head under control, and of course, the Sparco harnesses to do this similar job. But you can see the rest of the truck inside is pretty standard. The steering wheel heater still actually works, which is very handy in the cold Alice Springs mornings. Air conditioning still works, radio still works. So we've really tried to keep the creature comforts in the car just mainly because we can. This is a production truck, and there's a lot of content in here that carries over from that production truck. We've relocated the battery from the bonnet into the inside of the car, also the full fire system here to keep the guys safe, and obviously something for them to drink while they're running down the track. Okay, now looking into the tray, there's a bit more hardware in here than your standard ZR2. Firstly, we've got an additional 120 litres of fuel up there, the 226 kilometre race each way. In 2024, we used more than the original tank, so we do need to carry extra fuel to get all the way down there. The big spare tyre and the off-road jack hopefully we don't need it, but in case we have to change that tyre, the boys will be able to get that job done, no trouble at all. Also a couple of additional transmission coolers in the back here. The transmission's working really hard on the way down the track, so it does need all the help it can get to stay cool. In terms of wheels and tyres, we have gone from the standard 33-inch Goodyear Wrangler tyres on the ZR2. Those tyres are fantastic for general road use. They're a mud terrain tyre, so they work really well off-road as well. But for the racetrack, we don't care about any of that. We just want full off-road grip. So we've gone to the 35-inch BFG mud terrains, and they work really well for us in that off-road conditions. So in summary, really not a huge amount of difference between Craig's racetrack and Craig's road track. To take it to the next level of the punishment that Finke will hand out, we really got to do a few upgrades, and that's what we've done to get him down and back safely and quickly.
It's super at Supercheap Auto.